Good day, children. Today we are going to learn more about subtraction, that is, properties of subtraction, and subtracting any number by 10, 100, and 1000. Also, we shall be learning how to estimate a given number's difference and few story sums on subtraction. So let us go ahead with a short video to explain you properties of subtraction.
Today, let us revise subtraction concept and properties. Good morning, students. Let us revise the concept of subtraction first. I have 48 pence. I give 38 pence to Sam. How many pence are left with me? I will have to subtract 38 from 48 to find the number of pence left with me. 8 minus 8 is equal to 0. 4 minus 3 is equal to 1. Thus, the difference between 48 and 38 is 10. There are 10 pence left with me. We use the subtraction sign to write the subtraction sentence. Do you remember the terms used for the numbers in subtraction? Correct. The number from which a number is subtracted is called minuend. The number that is subtracted is called subtrahend. The answer we get after the subtraction operation is called difference. In the example just solved, 48 is the minuend, 38 is the subtrahend, and 10 is the difference. Remember, taken away, left, how many more than, how many more are needed, remained, difference, or given away are different terminologies that imply subtraction. Now, let us revise the subtraction properties. Property 1. Zero property of subtraction. In this property, 0 is always taken as the subtrahend. Let us take the numbers 88 and 0. When we subtract 0 from 88, we get the difference 88. This tells us that when we subtract 0 from a number, the difference will be the number itself. Property 2. If we subtract a number from itself, the difference is 0. Let us take the number 45. If we subtract 45 from 45, that is, if we subtract 45 from itself, we get the answer 0. This tells us that if we subtract a number from itself, the difference is 0. Property 3. In subtraction, the order in which the numbers are subtracted is important. Let us take the numbers 76 and 55. When we subtract 76 minus 55 and 55 minus 76, we do not get the same answer. That is, 76 minus 55 is not equal to 55 minus 76. Thus, it tells us that in subtraction, the order in which the numbers are subtracted is important.
So here we have learned the subtraction properties. Let us learn few more aspects wherein if a number is subtracted by 10, 100 and 1000.
5,176. Subtract 1. 5, 1, 7, 5. Subtract 10. 5, 1, 6, 6. Subtract 100. 5, 0, 7, 6. Subtract 1,000. 4,176. 2,176.
Here you might have noted the answer that we get. 5,176 when subtracted by 1. We get a predecessor of a given number, that is 5,175. Whereas if we subtract any number by 10, we need to reduce the tens place, that is here if you see 7 is reduced by 1. So when we reduce it, that is subtract 7 minus 1, we get 6. So the answer or the difference comes 5,166. In the similar way, when 5,176 is subtracted by 100, the hundreds place is to be decreased by 1. That would result to be as 5,076, since 1 minus 1 is 0. Whereas the last one, that is 5,176, when subtracted by 1,000, the thousands digit number, that is 5, should be reduced by 1. So the result or the difference is 4,176. So let us solve some examples based on properties of subtraction and when a number is subtracted by 10, 100 and 1000. Here you can see we have to fill in the blanks using the properties of subtraction. So here we go with the answers. That is 1689 minus 0 is the number itself, that is 1689. Next, let us try with the next one, that is 1000 minus what number will give you 0, or the number itself. Yes, it is the 0. Whereas let us see in the case where if we need to subtract 2300 by the same number, that is 2300, the difference we would get 0. 1345 minus 1, the difference would be 1344, which is called as the predecessor of the number 1345. 9989, with what should it be subtracted in order to get 9988? Yes, it should be reduced by 1, since you could see the difference of both the number is 1. 4568 minus what would result to 4568? Yes, it is 0. Now let us check the subtraction of a number when we subtract by 10, 100 and 1000. So 2965 minus 10, we have to reduce the tens place 6 by 1. So the answer would be 2955. In the similar way, 3888 minus 1000. The thousands place will be reduced by 1. So the answer would be 2988. 6175 minus 100 would be 6075. Since 1 minus 1 is 0, so we have written 0 in the hundreds place and tens and units remains the same. Followed by 1965 minus 1000 would be 965, since the thousands place 1 minus 1 results to 0. Same way, 4021 minus 10 is 4011, since we have reduced the tens place by 1. 1998 minus 100 is 1898, since we reduce the hundreds place by 1. Now let us learn more in subtraction solving some story sums.
Look here. Jack and Mac are the contestants in the election. In this election, Jack got 885 votes and his opponent Mac got 738 votes. Can you tell who has won the election? It is very easy. The winner is Jack. This is because 885 is greater than 738. Now can you tell by how many votes Jack has defeated Mac? Yes, it is simple. You just need to subtract these two numbers. The subtraction is 885 minus 738 is equal to 147. So the difference is 147. That means Jack has defeated Mac by 147 votes. You will come across various situations in day-to-day life where subtraction is needed.
So here we have learned how to solve the story sums based on subtraction. So here is a short example wherein we will be solving what must be added to 3456 to get 6543. Please try to always comprehend the question. So the question states what must be added. So what is the number that we need to add? If you can diagrammatically represent, what is the number that needed to be added with 3456 in order to get 6543? So it's very simple that you could make out that some numbers should be added, which should be of course more than this in order to get the result. So here we go for subtraction. We write 6543 minus 3456. So we subtract 3 minus 6 is not possible. So we borrow from 4. It would be 13 minus 6. That is 7. 3 minus 5 again not possible. So again I have to borrow from 5. So we have 13 tenths minus 5. That is 13 minus 5 is 8. 4 minus 4 is 0. And 6 minus 3 is 3. So we say that 387 if added with 3087, when added with 3456, we shall definitely get the answer, that is 6543. Why not to verify? Let us verify. If I add this, the difference 3087 by 3456, 6 plus 7 is 13, 1 is carried. We have 8 plus 1, 9, plus 5 is 14, 1 is carried. Again 5, 4 plus 1 is 5, 3 plus 3 is 6. So you could make out, yes, we have got the sum exactly correct. That is 6543. Let us try one more word problem on this. Here is a question. For example, 650 number of seats are available in a cinema hall, and there were 438 people who watched the movie. So of course there are some seats left which are said as vacant, where the number of people have not come. We need to find how many number of seats are empty. So clearly this question states that we need to go ahead with subtraction. So we shall write down the statement, that is the number of seats in cinema hall is 650. Number of people who watch the movie, that is 438. So number of seats empty, we shall subtract, that is 650 minus 438. So we see that 0 we cannot subtract, so we have borrowed from 5. That turns up to be 4. 10 minus 8 is 2. 4 minus 3 is 1. And 6 minus 4 is 2. So that means the total number of seats that were empty are 212. Now, as we have learned the word problems based on subtraction, let us go ahead with estimating the difference. In the previous topic, in numbers, we have learned how to round off the numbers. The same concept is applied here to estimate the difference. So here is a short video to explain you estimate of difference.
From our previous video, we talked about rounding off. When you round off, the number on the right side tells this number what to do. So if on this side there's a 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4, it means this number is going to stay the same. If this number is a 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, it means this one's going to go up. So when you estimate in subtraction, what you're trying to do is get them close to the number that would be a big number, a round number, so that you could subtract them without doing exact subtraction, okay? 57 is close to what number? The 7 says to go up. It tells the 5 to go up, so it would go up to a 6. And when it's finished doing its job, it turns into a 0. So the 57 would estimate to be around a 60. It would round up to 60. The 21, the 1 tells the 2 to stay the same. So the 2 is going to stay the same, and the 1's finished, so it turns into a 0. It's a lot easier to do 60 take away 20 than it is to do 57 take away 21. We'll put our 0 here. 6 take away 2 is 4. So the answer is around 40. It's estimated to be about 40, okay? It's around that number. It's about that number. It's not exact. It's not exact, okay? It's around or about that number. You can also say it's approximately that number. If we did it for real, 7 take away 1 is 6, and 5 take away 2 is 3. The real exact answer is 36, okay? But we're doing estimates, so the answer is around 40, okay?
So we have learned what actual difference and the estimated difference comes up. So let us solve some examples on estimation of difference. Now here's a question that is to find the estimated difference to nearest 10. 56 minus 27. So first of all, we shall round off 56 to nearest 10. As you can see, 56, the number in the tens place is 5. The next number 6. So we need to round off 5 to 6. The reason saying, because we have a number greater than 5 next to 5. So it is 60 minus, we have 27 rounded off to 30. So the difference, we get estimated difference as 16 minus 30 as 30. But let us see what is the actual difference. If we subtract 56 minus 27, so 6, of course we cannot, so we need to borrow from 5. 16 minus 7 results to 9, and we have 4 minus 2, that is 29. You could make out that 29 is the exact difference, but overall nearest or approximately or nearest or close to the difference is 30. The same way, let us try for 208 minus 184. 208 nearest 10 is 210. Since it lies between 210 and 220, but 8 is a number where you say 208 lies between 200 and 210, which is close to 210. Minus 184 lies between 184 and 190. So we need to take 180. The reason? Because we see that the number after 8 is less than 5. So it will remain the same. So 210 minus 180. So when you subtract, you could note that the answer comes 30 again. So you know that the difference is estimated or approximate. Whereas if we try to find the exact answer, 208 minus 184, we have units place 8 minus 4 as 4, and tens place we have again, that is 0 minus 8 is not possible. So I had to borrow from 2. So it comes 10 minus 8, that is 2, 24. So we could note that the result which we get, which is the exact difference, whereas this one is the estimated difference. So here we have learned how to find the estimated difference. Thank you, and we shall meet in the next class. Have a nice day. Good day.